Hello, hello, hello. It's Knits for Sanity and welcome to my holiday celebration with Happy Mermaid Yarn. This is day 16 of my Advent celebration. And I am feeling quite a bit better today. Still a little under the weather, not quite there yet, but slowly coming back. So thank you for your patience. And again, I am sorry that today's video is coming out a little bit later than normal again too. Hopefully in a couple of days, we'll be right back on track. All right, so for today, this is going to actually be kind of a little bit of a history lesson, a U.S. history lesson. And it may surprise you to know that on December 25th, 1789, the U.S. Congress met in session, normal session. There wasn't a president at the time, and believe it or not, for most people in the United States, way back in those early years, this was just a normal Friday in December. It was not considered a holiday at all. And in fact, that did not officially and legally change until just over 150 years ago, when on June 28, 1870, Ulysses S. Grant signed legislation that made 4 national holidays for the District of Columbia that then meant all federal workers had the day off. Those holidays included Christmas, New Year's Day, the 4th of July, or Independence Day, and Thanksgiving, although an official date for Thanksgiving had not yet been determined, but it was written into law that Thanksgiving would be a federal holiday. Prior to this, there were some states who already did have Christmas as a legal holiday. The first was Alabama in 1836, and that was followed by Louisiana and Arkansas in 1838. It was a legal holiday because it was already part of their social calendar. Most northern states, however, Christmas was not observed at all. This is because northern states primarily held Puritans, Pilgrims, Quakers, religious groups who saw Christmas as a man-made invention and that it was actually sinful to celebrate Christmas Day, December 25th, as a religious holiday. It was considered sinful. Therefore, it was never mentioned as possibly being a legal holiday in the northern states early in our country's history. All of this started to change, however, in the mid-19th century when more and more immigrants began coming to the United States and they were bringing their customs and traditions with them. And people started to see all that was and could be involved with Christmas Day, both religiously as well as secularly, as well as socially. And Ulysses S. Grant, following the Civil War, it was his main objective as president to find a way to reunify a very split and divided nation. And he figured a great way to do that would be to introduce these holidays as federal holidays, a time for all people to rest and relax and celebrate. Now, some of you may be wondering, was establishing Christmas Day a violation of the Establishment Clause, which, for layman's terms, that's the whole separation of church and state thing, is the Establishment Clause? Well, many scholars have weighed in on this, and most have all concluded that no, it was not a violation for a couple of reasons. The first and really big one is it was only one of 4 holidays passed. The other 3 were completely secular. Now today, many people do view Thanksgiving as a religious holiday, but it's not. So the fact that it was just one of 4 holidays helps to establish that this was not a breakage of the U.S. Constitution. In addition to that, the legislation passed never, ever mentions or ties religion to Christmas at all. There's no mention of Christianity. There's no mention of it being a religious day. So it is not meant to be viewed as a legal religious holiday, just a legal holiday. However, there have been many people over the years who have tried to sue the U.S. government and get Christmas removed as a federal holiday. One of the most recent cases was in 1999 by a man named Richard Ganulin, who tried very hard to state his claim that this was breaking the Constitution, it was breaking the Establishment Clause. Judge Susan Delote from a federal court in Southern Ohio had a very witty reply. She wrote when she had dismissed the case, "An extra day off is hardly high treason. It may be spent as you wish, regardless of reason." So there you go. That is a very brief history on Christmas and the celebration thereof, or lack of celebration, in the United States. All right, let's open up day 16. Woohoo! I'm kind of getting sad realizing just how close to the end that we are getting now with these, because it has been so much fun and I love all of this yarn so much. All right. Okay, so we have my mint. As you know, I will be eating this very shortly after I log off from this video. We have another measuring spoon. This one is your 5mm or your 1 teaspoon measuring spoon. So cute. And then look at this gorgeous earthy tone yarn. This looks like a Christmas tree farm or something to me. They call it pine cone garland. That makes sense to me too. And in case you are new, there were 2 options. You could get a sparkle advent calendar, which is what I opted to do, or you could get it without sparkles. This is a 75% merino, 20% nylon, and 5% sparkle. It's 87 yards, 20 grams. It is a 2-ply fingering weight yarn, and it is gorgeous. Look how pretty this is. Now, for some of you who are wondering, what are you going to do with all these different color yarns? Well, there are actually several options. For me, I think I'm going to be making a large shawl with all of these different colors, and I'm just going to put them in however I want. I am not going to worry about coordinating colors. I want it to be fun and festive. And so I think I'm just going to knit it all up and just throw in the colors however they pop out of my bag. Others are knitting, and they are doing every day as they get a color, they knit and add on to whatever item it is that they're knitting. Also, because these do have the nylon in them, these are also for socks. You can certainly make socks out of this yarn too. So just a few different little things. I know that has kind of been a question, like what are you going to do with all these different colors? And of course, there are the ever popular sock blankets. These would be fantastic additions for those. So the options are pretty much limitless. You can do, little knitted stuffed toys, which is a personal favorite of mine. But I think for me, I'm going to make a large shawl and just combine all these colors. Like I said, I've not started using any of them yet. So I think I'm just going to put them all in the bag that I got on that very first day, November 30th. And as I pull them out, I'm just going to knit them up. And so it will be a total surprise. And it's going to be a funky looking garment at the end. And I'm going to love it because it's going to be beautiful colors and it's going to sparkle. All right, thank you so much for joining me on day 16. I hope you come back for day 17. As I always say, please practice kindness. You never know what anyone is going through or experiencing. And I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a blessed holiday season, and I will see you again real soon.